Hi, thanks for watching Bible Mountain. When I became a parent, I spent a lot of time thinking about what was my goal as a parent. What was I trying to accomplish? What would cause me to say that I was successful as a parent? Now, as we look around our society, different people answer that different ways. Some people think that if their children go to an Ivy League school like Harvard or Yale, then they've been successful and their children are successful. Other people think that if their child becomes a world famous athlete, then that makes them successful. Other people think they're successful as a parent if their children go to college and get a good paying job, or they're wealthy, or they're an entrepreneur, or maybe they think they're a good parent if their children become philanthropists, or maybe do something like cure cancer or some other disease. Throughout our culture, parents answer this question in different ways. 3 John 4 gives us a very different perspective on this question. Now, the context of 3 John 4 is that 3 John is a letter written from the elder to Gaius. And before the elder got into the main point of his letter, he mentioned some other things to Gaius. One of the things that he did was he praised Gaius for walking in truth. And then the elder said this to Gaius: I have no greater joy than this, that I hear my children are walking in truth. Now, notice the word joy. The elder indicated that his greatest joy was to hear that his children were walking in truth. Didn't have anything to do with education or wealth or anything like that. He understood that what brings joy as a parent is children walking in truth. Now, let me mention one other thing. I think it's possible, or perhaps probable, that the elder here was, when he mentioned children, he was actually talking about spiritual children. And so when the elder talked about his children walking in truth and the joy that that brings, he may have been talking about spiritual children. But I think the same concept also translates over to our physical children. As parents, hopefully, our greatest joy would be to see our physical children walking in truth. And if we have children who are very well educated or very wealthy or very successful according to the world, but they don't walk in truth, I'm not sure that we're going to have much joy as a parent. I don't know that we're going to feel successful as a parent. And so as parents, we want to make sure that first and foremost, we're raising them in a way so that our children grow up and are walking in truth. Even if the elder is talking about his spiritual children, this still applies because our children also should be our spiritual children. Just as a believer, if you lead people to Christ and you start to disciple them, you want to see them walk in truth. Likewise, our physical children, as we raise them and hopefully disciple them, our goal should be to see them walking in truth. There are 3 reasons that we as parents should focus on raising children who walk in truth. 1, it gives us direction as parents. As we go through life raising our children, there's all sorts of things competing for attention. There's all sorts of things competing to be the priority in our lives. But if we as Christian parents understand that our first priority is to raise children who are walking in truth, that helps us to sort through all the noise and make sure that we're making the right choices and the right decisions. Also, as parents, if our children grow up and they're walking in truth, that prevents a lot of heartache and pain. Because if we go through life and raise our children and then they grow up and they don't follow the Lord, that's going to cause a lot more heartache and pain than any wealth or worldly success is going to overcome. A third thing to think about is this: if we raise our children to be walking in truth, that means that as parents, we have accomplished something that has eternal value. It's nice to have children who are successful according to the world. It's nice to have children who are educated or financially well off or very successful in their career or whatever. And those things are good and they can be beneficial to society, but ultimately they don't have eternal value. What does have eternal value is raising children who are walking in truth. So let me close with a question for you to think about. As you raise your children, do you put as much time and effort into their spiritual training as you put into their academic, artistic, and athletic training? And if not, why not? And if not, let me suggest that maybe you should look at those priorities and make sure that you're putting more effort into their spiritual training than you are their academic, artistic, or athletic endeavors. Once again, thank you for watching Bible Mountain. If you haven't already done so, please join my email list. My email list is free. In order to join, go to BibleMountain.com, click on email. That will take you to a place where you can sign up. Your email address will not be sold nor given away. Once again, thank you for watching Bible Mountain.